We all want to have the confidence to have a conversation in Portuguese, but it can be really difficult to find a way in and get started, especially if you are new in town. Well, if you have a dog or you like dogs, this is actually a really awesome way to connect with local people in your area. So in today's video, I am going to give you phrases, questions, and vocabulary that you are going to need to start a conversation with somebody about dogs. If you are new to the channel, my name is Liz, and this channel, Talk the Streets, is dedicated to teaching practical Portuguese in plain English. So hit subscribe now if that's the type of content that you are looking for. Now, you may remember last week you met my calzinho, Harry, and I taught you some useful commands that you are going to need for a dog in Portugal, like sit, stay, lie down, all of that. That will be linked in the description if you want to check that one out next. So today let's start with some questions that you could ask another dog owner to really get that conversation starting to flow and flex those conversation skills muscles. I'm going to say them slowly and you can repeat after me. Como se chama? Como se chama? What is his or her name? É menino ou menina? É menino ou menina? Is it a boy or girl? Now, it's also important to note that the word cão is a masculine word, and this refers to dogs in general, like the species. But if you're referring to your own specific dog, you will want to say cão for a male dog and cadela for a female dog. There is actually a word that people will use if their dog is female, and that is cadela. Some more typical questions. Que idade tem? Que idade tem? How old is he or she? Now, you want to make sure you're getting the nasal sound right on the end of tem. Even though it's spelt with an M, we have to do a nasal E up here. So that's one of the tips I give in my pronunciation guide. Totally free. You can download it in the description if you need some help with pronouncing these phrases. Qual é a raça? Qual é a raça? What breed is he or she? Now, you need to remember that you do have to be respectful about other people's dogs and ask whether you can touch them or whether your dog can play with them. So, the word to pet or stroke is so funny in Portuguese. I have no idea why, but it is fazer festas. Fazer festas. Now, if you know what that means, it literally means to throw a party. So it's like, can I throw a party on your dog? It's weird. I don't know why it is like that, but at least it makes it easy to remember, right? So the question would be, posso fazer festas? Or even, posso fazer festinhas? We all know that the Portuguese love to add inho onto the end of words. The word posso is really useful here because this means may I. It's one of my one-word wonders that I teach in my free lesson for beginners, also linked in the description. And these words are great because you don't need to memorize an entire sentence to be able to do something or respond or ask for something. Posso simply means may I, and you can actually just start doing the action. Somebody actually said this to me in the vets the other day. Her dog was coming up and she said posso, as in like, may I let him play with your dog? The answer was yes in that case, but it's a really, really helpful word to know. Posso. Finally, you can ask, pode brincar com o meu or a minha, depending on whether your dog is male or female. The word for play is brincar. So what about some reactions then? I love teaching reactions because it is one way that you will come across as really natural in Portuguese. I've got 2 other videos about reactions. I'll also link those in the description for you to check out next. So in terms of reacting to a dog, one of the most likely ones would be que fofo. Que fofo. How cute. Or even que coisa mais linda. Que coisa mais linda. That's the loveliest thing I've ever seen type thing. If you'd like to describe your dog or describe someone else's, here are some common adjectives that you might use. Remember, you can change these to be masculine or feminine by changing the ending if necessary. I'll read them in the masculine for now. Meigo. Fofo. amoroso, amigável, sociável, tímido, bravo, brincalhão, or the feminine, brincalhona, energético, agressivo, sossegado, calmo. So let's train your listening ear for Portuguese a little bit. You remember my friend Fabio, our doggy trainer who you met in last week's video. He's going to describe some of the other puppies in Harry's class so you can hear how he describes dogs. Click settings to get subtitles in English and in Portuguese.
Então, falando dos cães que estavam aqui presentes hoje na aula, a Carlota e o seu irmão são cães da mesma família, são dois whippets com 3 anos. São os cães cheios de energia pela raça porque são cães de perseguição à caça, correm bastante, velocidades muito altas, são cães super dinâmicos e muito simpáticos. Boris é um bulldog francês, um cão com algumas coisas específicas a níveis de comportamento, mas que quando se ganha a confiança é um cão dócil e amistoso com os outros cães e com as pessoas. Alma é uma cruzada de pastor alemão com labrador, mais parece uma pastora alemã preta, cadela muito dócil, muito meiga, muito amiga dos seus guias e dos seus tutores, dos seus donos, com um bom instinto de caça e presa também e com uma boa drive por brinquedos. Harry, um príncipe Charles Cavalier, com um ótimo instinto de caça e presa, tem um ótimo drive pelo jogo e pelo brinquedo, aprende facilmente, cão super dócil, super meigo, muito dado aos seus donos e é um cão super friendly, cão muito amigável.
Do you have a dog? Give me one word in the comments that describes your dog in Portuguese, and I hope that you use these questions and phrases next time you are out together. As always, you can check out the description for more free resources for learning Portuguese, and I will be back at the same time next week with more tips and tutorials on practical Portuguese. Ciao for now!